It's time. Luke's finally here. We have been waiting for this RV to get fixed for over a month now, living out of little bags. And it's time. It's here. We're moving into our RV.
Seeing the Matanuska Glacier was cool. We could see how the glacier was a river of ice.
First night on the road, spent the night at some little pull-off area rest stop. Last night when we got here, took a look at everything. You know, one day on the road, make sure everything is okay. Look at that. Broken hanger. Crappy weld. Like 20 miles from the Canadian border. The nearest town is a population of 100 people, so I don't know if they're gonna have a welder, but the Alaska Highway is notorious for poor road conditions in its northernmost regions due to permafrost, which is basically where every soil granule remains coated in ice of varying degrees permanently. This causes frost heaves, which is a condition unique to these roads where the entire portion of pavement will just buckle or sink. There's a narrow window to do these repairs when the weather's okay, so they take construction very seriously. It's a somewhat common occurrence to have to wait for something called a pilot car to lead you safely from one side of construction to the other, particularly when the road goes down to one lane. And at times we would have to wait up to 20 minutes while the pilot car was taking the other traffic across. Seeing as our RV hanger was now hanging on by a thread, we were very sensitive to this, and Luke definitely had some white knuckles. Bye, America. We meet again in Canada, yes.
How many more hours do we have? How many more hours do we have? How many more hours do we have?
To the butt. What's your
Guys, look, I want to show them my color coded.
It's beautiful, Sayla. There were no snow on these mountains last time we passed them. 4 days ago, the repair place told us that they measured wrong and they bought the wrong axle. So there wasn't an axle in the state of Alaska that would fit our RV, and they were going to have to order one, potentially taking 6 to 8 weeks. We wouldn't be able to get out before the snow came, and we were legitimately talking about selling our RV and flying back. They came back the next morning and said they found one that was an inch too short, but it would work. The insurance company said that was fine, it would work, so we went with it. We got on the road 3 days ago, and by the end of the first day, we had made it to about the Canadian border, which was like 420 miles from Anchorage, when we noticed that one of the rear hangers the weld had given. And this is the weld that holds the axle onto the frame of the RV. At that point, we're 420 miles from Anchorage, 300 miles from the nearest town in Canada. So we decided to press on and we drove about 15 to 30 miles an hour with our hazards on. We've been going. We're 160 miles from the nearest town, which is Whitehorse, and it's beautiful surroundings. We're in this little crap area. I don't know if you can see, but there's 55 people that live here at Destruction Bay, which is where we're at. And the RV repair place actually contacted us and said they would pay the Canadian company to do the repairs because they recognized it was their fault. So that's where we're at right now. Praying we make it. Well, the kids really wanted to get out on the side of the road.
Walking on the snow with like extra tough boots.
Oh yeah, she's Alaskan and playing in the snow.
And my toes aren't even. Canada made this.
We made it to Whitehorse.
And we're going to Anchorage, one of the only places that serve ice cream.
Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen.
Celebrate!
Chocolate. No, only.
Jefferson's ground sloth, ginormous, but they're extinct.
Sadly, they extinct 75 million.
Thousands years ago. And so here's the thing. Take a look at this, okay? That's a simulation, what they think it looks like. This is what it would be. It's like, I'm gonna eat you. And I'd
But
just be
they're
like,
herbivores.
just gonna go. And I would just walk away.
But they're
Yeah.
herbivores.
Yeah, so they're herbivores, so they only eat plants.
No, it's humongous infinity, it's humongous. The giant sloth is taller than the woolly mammoth. Yeah, but the woolly mammoth is bigger. The human size woolly mammoths went extinct 12,000 years ago, but they found them on a few remote islands, and they lived for another 4,000 years before they went extinct. Red-headed peccary, they were never able to find any ice age until it extinct.
We were able to get a mobile welder to come out to the RV to try and fix the welds that we got done in Anchorage, and it seems like he's going to be able to do all of them today, and that should be able to put us on the road hopefully tomorrow, and we can probably beat the snow now out of Canada.
We're driving through a cloud, and Nico made us roll down the window so he can eat the cloud. He said it tasted like water. can spend the night anywhere. Remember before the internet when video games used to physically bring people together? I do.
Double jump.
Fort Nelson was our home for about 2 weeks. So whenever we went through, we had to get A&W at the one that we had had food at previously.
It looks like we're on an alien planet. It does. We are in the Okanagan Desert, which is the only desert in Canada.
And
We started.
reminds me of Area 51.
What, Sayla?
It reminds me
Mommy, this cannot be a desert. It has a grasshopper in it. Oh, wow.
There are no. Wait, what, Nico? There's.
It had a grasshopper in it.
Oh.
There shouldn't be grass in a desert or trees. This is not a desert, Mommy.
They keep fighting me on the fact that
It's
this is
not
a desert.
It's custom.
We were not supposed to drive all the way to the border on this day, but every time we tried to stop, we ended up being at a really sketchy area. In fact, once we showed up to find people living full-time in tents and broken down RVs. So we just kept driving and driving and driving. I think Lucas said we were on the road for something like 14 hours, but I lost track. Guys, it's America.
We're in America?
Almost. 9:39 at night, but we're here.
I don't.
We made it to America!